Hello and welcome to Magic and Mystic, where we talk about anything that's magic, spooky, and of course, mystical.
We are your hosts, Alana
and Agatha,
and today I will take you on a walk around Newstead Abbey and we will discuss crystals that I think align with today's topic.
And I will tell you a spooky story that I think aligns well with today's topic and tell you what today's tarot cards are trying to tell us.
I want to discuss today the legends around Newstead Abbey. Some of them are the most craziest ones that I've heard in England.
Okay,
so before I go into all the ghost stories and everything like that, I really want to tell you about it.
Oh yes, please do. I've been there once, but the actual building itself was closed, so we never actually got the chance to look into it.
So, Newstead Abbey wasn't always a grand house. It was founded around 1170, I think it was, as a Augustinian priory by Henry II of England. Okay, so it was home to Augustinian canons, not monks.
Right, okay.
The difference is between a Augustinian and a monk, from what I can gather. In the strict sense, they lived religiously, like a religious life.
Yeah.
But they weren't involved with the community.
Okay, so like enclosed a bit.
Yeah, so more religious communities aren't as isolated and they help more with the community.
Okay, yeah.
So in the early 15th century, under Henry VIII, the monasteries across England were shut down. And I'm guessing that was when he got divorced. When he first got divorced, because it separated the English and Christian religion.
It did, yes.
Because he wanted to divorce Catherine of Aragon and get with Anne Boleyn.
I just have that song stuck in my head now. Divorced, beheaded, divorced.
Oh, divorced, beheaded, died.
Yeah,
divorced, beheaded, died. To be fair, I do like Henry VIII. It's not so much Henry VIII I like, it's his wives.
Yeah.
I just find them very interesting.
Same.
Okay, so religious houses got closed and stripped of all their original purposes. So that means that Newstead Abbey was given to a private owner. And this is when it begins transforming into the country house that we know today.
Okay.
And did you also know that Lord Byron lived there?
I did. Because when you told me that you wanted to do a little bit about Newstead Abbey, obviously his name did pop up quite a lot. But I don't really know much about him.
Lord Byron, if nobody knows, he was one of the most famous poets in Britain, and he lived in Newstead Abbey around the 18th century.
Okay.
But when he got it, the property was in horrific condition. So it was falling apart, basically, when he inherited it. But it said that he did really like the atmosphere, but struggled with the cost to maintain the house.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
I mean, he was a poet after all.
Yeah.
And sadly, he actually sold it in 1880.
Oh.
But I know that, if you go to Newstead Abbey now, in the gardens, there's actually a statue. That's it. There's a statue of a dog.
Yes, yeah. I read about that dog. From what I remember, his dog, he was really fond of the breed, and when he got the dog, the dog contracted rabies. And when he died, he made sure that the dog gets buried on the property. And if I remember correctly, the dog's tomb was bigger than his own. There was also a poem which I did have to look up, because it's so cute. Like that man definitely loved that dog. I'm just gonna read it to you now. If that's okay. Near this spot are deposited the remains of one who possessed beauty without vanity, strength without insolence, courage without ferocity, and all the virtues of a man without his vices. This praise, which would be unmeaning flattery if inscribed over humans' ashes, is but just a tribute to the memory of Boatswain, a dog, who was born in Newfoundland May 1803 and died in Newstead November 18th, 1808. So he wasn't even that old, he was only 5.
I think it was a street dog, wasn't it, that bit his dog?
I
And that's how
believe
he
so.
got it.
And he just took it in. I just I love anyone that has a strong love for me.
I know. But anyway, I said that's so harsh. No,
Anyway, whatever.
no, I'm really sad for the dog and everything. But you've never been inside, have you?
No, never had the chance.
So inside, from what I can remember, because I went there a couple of weeks ago, I've been there a few times, and I really like it there. And in there is everything is done to what it used to look like. Not when Lord Byron had it, because when Lord Byron had it, it was in absolute ruins. Part of the churches still remain ruined now.
Right.
Which, to be fair, kind of does add to it now.
Yeah, adds to the charm, doesn't it?
Unlike many stately homes, Newstead still contains parts of the original monastery there.
Okay.
And you can literally see the mix of religious architects where you walk in through, even just from the outside as well. And the later designs when it became more fashionable, like manor houses.
Yeah.
I know a lot of weddings are actually held there as well.
Yep. And I did look into it.
Is that where you was thinking about?
I don't think I've actually said it on the podcast yet.
No, you haven't.
No, I haven't. I'm engaged.
She went away and came back. A engaged woman, a fiance.
Yeah. It feels weird saying fiance, so I have to just stick with partner. But yeah, I did look into it because obviously when you type in wedding venues near me, that one pops up because it's only 20 minutes away from me, if that.
About to say it's not far.
No.
To be fair, you can see why a lot of weddings are held there.
It's gorgeous.
It's so beautiful. It's got proper formal gardens.
Yeah.
Like lakes and ponds, woodland areas as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's a literal garden that's called the Romantic. I think it's called the Spanish Romantic Garden, and it's pretty, especially in summer.
Like it's really peaceful, and it looks expensive.
Yes. And can I just say, the actual building itself, or that like part of another building next to it, it's massive.
Yes.
When you actually stand next to it and like look up, huge.
Did you just be like a monster?
Yeah. I don't feel like sometimes when you look at things like in pictures, you don't realize how big they are in real life. So when I went there and
just
yeah, I'm speechless.
Well, I know that you've not been inside, so we should go inside at some point. Because I think you will really like it. So, as I've said, the rooms, like, preserved in the period style.
Yeah.
There's even an exhibit to Lord Byron. I mean, there's got to be since there's a dog outside.
Yeah.
But I know inside there's actually a lot about Lord Byron.
Yeah. I mean, I know they do a lot of events around school holidays, around like Christmas, Halloween. We should do a Halloween one.
Yes, we should. I think Halloween there could be quite spooky, especially more at the night time.
Yes. I know that there's quite a few ghosts there, and they do spooky tours at night between 11 and 3 in the morning.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I think I wanted to do it with your mum before, but I got scared. But there's quite a few ghosts, like I said. If you wanna hear about my favorite one, which is the monk.
Yes, I would. It's like I was still thinking about that ghost tour. Like I feel like Liam would really like to do that.
He probably would, yeah. Because they give you from what I did actually look into it quite a lot. So depending on the amount of people that come, they split you into groups, and then each group gets equipment and different part of the house to look at.
Equipment? What, like protection?
So, as in, what are they called? Spirit box, all that stuff to like hopefully see or hear a spirit.
Okay, that actually sounds really cool.
I think I'll tell you about the spirits that you're more likely to hear. But this is the one that caught my attention the most. As soon as I saw it, I was like, ew, I want to know about you. So the way this is written, it's like from the ghost's perspective.
Okay, creepy.
I know. It's short, it's not too long, so hopefully you won't get too bored. So it just gives you a little bit of a background. Um, So the background, the abbey was built in the 12th century as a prior for Black Augustine monks. It fell to King Henry VIII's dissolution in the 1539 and was brought in 1540 by Sir John Byron. It remained in the family for 300 years. The ghost of the Black Fair tells this story. So it was pretty much just a summary of what you said. um, so the story itself begins like this. This was my home and they destroyed it. We monks have lived here for about 400 years until King Henry decided to change everything. He sold my beloved home to the Byron family. They built stones from the abbey to build their adjoining home. They left the abbey without a roof. I wanted revenge. I did not have to wait long. Things did not go well for the family. They all had money troubles. Some of them did not have children, and these that did often only had one. These were penalties for being sacrilegious. I played my part. When one of the family died, I would turn up and laugh. Wow.
Yeah, wow.
If ever they dared to have a good time, I would come and be miserable. I even went to Lord Byron's wedding. I enjoyed that because I knew he wouldn't be happy, and I was right. Apparently, he mentions me in Don Juan, and this is a poem that John Byron actually wrote. His form you may trace, but not his face. 'Tis shadowed by a crowl, but his eyes may be seen from the folds in between, and they seem of a parted soul. Don Juan by Lord Byron. I must have got him then.
Oh, that's chilling.
Yeah. I thought it was a pretty, like, someone that wrote whoever wrote this. I will, again, link down where I got them stories from. But whoever wrote this, I thought it was pretty good.
It is pretty good. But I know that when I was looking at Lord Byron, I know that he does mention quite a few times that he always felt like someone was there and
Yeah.
he saw the monk multiple times.
Yeah, they call him the Black Monk, and I think it's because of the outfit that he wears. I believe he was wearing black robes, but I could be wrong. But that is because of the name that they gave him is what interested me in it.
Have you ever heard of Grey Lady?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No.
So, the Grey Lady is another story that gets told there as well.
Okay.
Newstead Abbey. So, it goes Newstead Abbey was once a monastery, long before it was a grand house. Monks lived there in silence, praying in strict routine. But like many old religious places, not everything that happens within the walls was holy.
Ooh.
There are stories of betrayal and forbidden love, and of course, punishment. From these stories come the legend of the Grey Lady. Visitors and staff over the years claim to see figures at dusk. A woman dressed not in bright white like the roadside ghosts, but in soft faded grey.
Ooh, okay.
Right, okay, so it continues to say her gown looks old, centuries old. She moves slowly, gliding more than walking, her head slightly bowed as if lost in thought. She doesn't acknowledge anyone, doesn't look up, just walks the same path again and again. And there is a theory. This one is the most common theory.
Okay.
And it kind of ties into your monk one.
Ooh, okay.
And it's called Forbidden Love.
Okay.
So one of the strongest stories is that the Grey Lady was a woman connected to the Abbey when it was still a monastery. Okay, so back then, Newstead Abbey was home to Augustinians. Men who had taken vows, including celibacy. Okay, the idea is simple but powerful. She fell in love with a monk, or a monk fell in love with her.
Okay.
Either way, it wasn't allowed.
No.
In medieval times, that kind of relationship wasn't just frowned upon. It could lead to severe punishments, not always death, but isolation, disgrace, or worse. Some versions go on to say she was discovered and banished or imprisoned. Others say she died from grief, from a broken heart.
That's sad.
And abandoned. A little bit of a darker tale says she may have been killed to keep the scandal quiet. If this was religious, you wouldn't want it getting out. It would probably explain the description. Not violent, not vengeful. She just repeats the same walk. So she's just sad.
Yeah.
Like, you're so in love with somebody, and then that's it. They get taken away, or you get punished.
Forbidden love.
Falling in love with someone.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't feel like you can help who you fall in love with.
No, and I agree with that. I always felt that you can't have feelings. Feelings are just very human, but it's just how you react to them.
Yeah.
I do have a few other ghost stories. I don't know if you want to get into them now. We have a little bit ghosty bit.
Say this is a very ghosty themed one.
It is, yes. So the one that I quite like is called Rose Lady.
Rose Lady?
Yeah.
This one.
So at one certain place in Newstead, where a passageway crosses the bottom of a staircase, there's often a strong, heavy Victorian scent of roses and lavender. No one has actually been seen, but there are numerous stories of people smelling the perfume. The staff at Newstead often put on ghost tours, and one night we're doing just that, with various members of staff dressing up to reenact some of the ghostly goings on at Abbey. The Rose Lady was not on the schedule, but she had other ideas. All of a sudden, the whole group of people who were being shown around became very aware of a strong scent of roses and lavender. They were convinced it was just another one of the staged effects and would not believe there was anything out of the ordinary, but the staff knew otherwise. Since then, the Rose Lady has been included in their itinerary. I want to be known like that, by just my perfume.
See, I'd love that.
Yeah.
I think we need to go perfume shopping and get a signature scent.
I really like the Britney Spears one, but I have them.
Your signature scent?
It could be.
Body lotions are vanilla, but I really want a nice perfume that smells like vanilla.
There is a really popular one I don't remember what it's called now, but I got it for my birthday a year or two ago, and I had the pistachio smelling one. It's like in an orange bottle. Most of you probably know what I mean.
I do not.
I will show you. But they have different scents. They have a vanilla one. They have a like a sweeter one. I think I want to say strawberry and like flowery one.
Yeah.
But they also do have vanilla.
I do need more vanilla. I want vanilla oils as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, another thing. I know that we're backtracking a little bit, but do you know the grey lady that I was on about?
Yes.
Right. I've just been looking through my notes, and I've just seen this, and I just wanted to add it in.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So most ghost legends have the white lady, but Newstead Abbey, of course, has the grey lady, and I think there's something quite poetic about it. So grey, it's not pure white, but it's not dark, it's not black.
Yeah.
And I just think that's something poetic about it. So a love that wasn't allowed, a life that wasn't fulfilled, and a story that didn't have a happy ending.
Yeah. We get a lot of these with our stories, don't we?
Yeah, I think we just focus more about death.
Next one ain't gonna be any better, just so you know.
Goody.
I think I just have one more ghost if you wanna hear just that before we move on.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So the title this one, The Rooks, and it just starts off by saying Washington Irwin, the author of the famous American ghost story Legend of Sleepy Hollow, stayed at Newstead in the 1800s. He noted with interest that each morning the rooks would fly away en masse to sweep the countryside for food. They would return in a similar manner in the evening, where they discussed the day's events would echo around the estate. Aaron was told that the rooks observed the Sabbath. They set out every day except Sunday. When they stayed in the Abbey grounds, he didn't believe this until he saw it for himself. Indeed, it appeared that the rooks visited their neighbors and friends, devoting Sunday to the nearest and dearest, but didn't leave the estate. Aaron tells us that the local traditions had it that the rooks at Newstead were the souls of the black monks reborn as birds, still occupying their old abbey. Indeed, so strongly was this belief held that, contrary to common country practice, the Newstead rooks were not shot and were generally left unhindered.
Yeah, so they think that the monks came back as the birds.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I like that.
Because you like that, so they can still watch over where they were.
Yeah, pretty much. Look after the place that was once theirs.
Oh, yeah, that's really cute. So, back to Lord Byron.
Yeah.
I've just done like a little bit of a quick Google because I do know about him. I knew he was a famous poet and he was very romantic and all that. But I thought I'd take a little bit of a deeper dive. Did you know he had a half sister called Augusta?
Oh no, I didn't.
So, in the early 18th century, so 1810.
Yep.
Even though they wasn't raised together, right? They grew closer in adulthood, with Augusta serving as his confidant.
Okay, that's pretty cute.
So someone that he'd tell everything to.
Yeah.
But evidence suggests an affair.
Oh no. Oh no.
And leading to a major scandal.
Oh no.
That contributed to his divorce in 1816.
Oh yeah. I would divorce. I would file for a divorce too.
Yeah, I think that was.
Oh god, yeah.
Many people suspect that Augusta's third daughter, Elizabeth, who was born in 1814, was fathered by Byron.
Oh no.
I know that is a scandal and a half, isn't it?
Yeah, but honestly,
I bet
how
people-
weird is that for them days?
That is no. I feel like that was weird. I know that royals married.
Yeah.
So I know that early in. I think this happened in. Obviously, it happened in Egypt with Cleopatra. I know she
Yes.
married two of her brothers before they met mysterious circumstances.
Huh.
So I know that Charles II, I think it was, of Spain, I think he was considered one of the most inbred monarchies
Ugh.
of history. They'd marry their nieces off to their uncles, which
That's
that
gross.
is so close.
It's just gross. Not really. I mean, like, keep it in the family, but at least do like 3 cousins down the line, not your brother's kid.
Well, they ended up with so many health issues.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of the royal family, not even the royal family, but a lot of higher society like that back
Yeah.
in the day. I know a lot of them didn't learn to speak till they were about 8, then they had breathing issues. And I know of one where if they fell over, their blood didn't clot. So do you know how we have like we get a pig
Bruises.
cut
Yeah.
and like we'll bleed for like 2 minutes and then the red blood cells come and make scans.
Yes. Yeah.
They didn't have that. So they would just constantly bleed.
It's mad. Talking about incest and inbreeding, did you hear about the most inbred family in America?
Tell me.
I think they're in like the most inbred family like in the world. I don't know much about them, but from what I remember, the kids literally bark and they can't walk properly and stuff.
Bark?
Yeah, they don't speak. They bark. That's how they communicate.
I don't know if that's because they're inbred or just because they're taught how to speak.
Yeah, but obviously, because in the recent years they became more famous because someone covered the story. They have protection on them now because people used to go and be nasty to them, which it's not fair, is it? It's not the kid's fault.
No, it's not. It's definitely the parents' fault.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting. I don't understand how you look at your own brother and go, I want some of that.
It is pretty bad.
Yeah. Sorry to anyone if your parents are like, keeping it in the family, but
Yeah, just think about your health.
there's plenty of fishes in the world,
Yeah, don't keep it so local.
Yeah, we're only on episode 3 and 4. And we're gonna get cancelled. It's just something I don't think I'll ever understand.
I'm so proud of you for that. I'm so glad to know that you don't look at your siblings and go, oof.
Yeah, no, that's gross. My friend was telling me how my family is hot, and I just looked at her like, "What the hell? What's wrong with you?"
Well done for not doing incest.
Thanks. Oh, Will.
Well done.
That's so gross. Okay.
We have gone on such a tangent.
Yeah. So on that note,
Should we?
do you want to do crystals?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I just didn't know if you had anything else.
No. I think ending on incest. Incest is a great way to move on. Anyway.
And the crystals are for Newstead Abbey.
It
That's
is, yes.
fantastic.
No. Jesus Christ, for that, I don't even know. Don't think crystals would help you. So the one I picked is called hematite. So hematites are black crystals. And I just wrote down what they do. So hematites are or is constantly pulling down the excess energy from your environment, and it's to help you use it towards your best interests. Once your focus becomes anchored to the earth, hematite shows you that anything you desire is achievable, Rooting ourselves into present moment seems to be harder. Seems to be a harder challenge each day, and this is just supposed to help you reach what you want, I guess, what you desire. Um, and I just mainly wrote that for the ghost. Like, if you're being hunted, something that grounds you might be great to help you. I don't know, deal with it. Yeah, calm your mind, deal with it in the best way, depending on who you're getting hunted by.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine getting hunted by the mean monk that follows you around, makes sure that you're miserable all the time.
He sounds like a proper buzzkill. You would not want him at a party.
He went to Lord Byron's wedding.
Yes, and now we know why that fell apart.
Yeah, clearly. Nothing to do with the ghost. I think it was just, like he said, he's probably just laughing at him.
Well, he was a lover of all, after all, I suppose.
Oh. Okay. Do you want to do a tarot? Yeah. Okay. So I've just done a pull and I've got 5 of Wands and 2 of Swords upside down. These two came up straight away as soon as I started mixing the cards up. So I thought these two is probably what you need to hear the most. We've also decided to do a little bit different. And Alana wanted to try doing a pull as well.
So I pulled 2 as well. So I will let you get her tell hers first, and then I'll tell you what mine say.
Perfect. So the meaning of the 2 I pulled, which are, again are 5 of Wands and 2 of Swords upside down. So the combination suggests a transition from petty conflict or chaotic competitions. And they just lead you towards resolving a long standing impasse. So it just shows you that the tensions are easing and it's time for you, like you're ready to face the truth and make whatever decision you need to help you move forward and help you either mentally or physically get where you need to be to get better, I suppose, to have a better either week, day, year, whatever you take it as, or whatever you need to hear.
And my 2, so I don't know what, even though they're my deck, I don't actually know what they mean all that well. So I have my little handy book that came with the box. So I can tell you in hopefully brief what the cards say. Okay, so mine is the Strength. So courage and compassion. Let's honour self-discipline and self-respect. Help manifest your visions. Thanks to the power of compassion and kindness, you're already stronger than you may know. Strength aligns with what you're wanting. So all I'm hearing from this is that you want something, but you're not going for it yet, because whether fear or an obstacle is in your way. But it's okay, because if you take the leap, it's going to work out for you.
Yeah, you're strong enough to deal with it. You just need to do it. Start it. Go for it.
So that was the Strength, and I have another one which is the Page of Wands. This one is excitable and curious about the world. They're passionate and they adore everything. They are creative and have big plans. So this one, what I'm getting is that you have big plans that you are passionate about, that you really want to. But as the 8 of Strength said, you're holding back. And you shouldn't. You are a creative, kind person, and you really need to take the leap to get what you want.
I agree. It literally, yeah, it sounds like to me you have creative passion for something, but you're too scared to take a leap. You just have to go for it.
All I can say is allow yourself to be bad at something.
Yeah, you learn from mistakes. You learn from being bad. Unfortunately, you're not good at everything overnight.
No, things take time. Like, yes, some people do take to things like like a duck to water. But I feel like no one's perfect at something to begin with. Like, have you ever met a baby that's good at flat roofing?
No, I don't think
I mean, like, you learn these things.
Yeah.
So I feel like you've got it.
I think so too. Just before we end, I just wanted to say, I feel like whilst we're talking about tarot cards, it might be a pretty good time to mention it. I think me, I don't know if Alana felt the same way. We've been keeping this podcast as like a hobby, but I think recently we've been going, oh, maybe it can be something else, maybe it can be something bigger. And pretty much the second we started like going into those type of thoughts, I keep seeing 111 everywhere.
Same, I do as well. Every single time I pick up my phone, it's 11:11.
Every time. When I work with sort of a lot of numbers, and I look at a number and it's 111 or 1111 every time. And from what I know, I don't really know about angel numbers that much, but I believe it means that we're on the right path.
Yeah, I think so. So if anyone doesn't know what angel numbers actually is, it's a spirit or an angel's way of communicating with you. So you can have 111, 222, just any number that's in a sequence.
It doesn't have to be the same number either. So if you say maybe 2121, it has to be sequenced pretty much.
Yeah, so it can't be like 5732.
No,
as long as it's a sequence.
Yeah.
But if you keep seeing these numbers, Google it. If you go on Google, they tell you every single time what it is.
Or if you're on Reddit, ask a witchy friend. Like, she'll probably tell you.
That's even better if you ask a witchy friend. But yeah, I feel like those numbers, I do like seeing angel numbers.
Yeah.
Because I always Google them when I get home. I'm like, oh, what does this mean?
If it happens again this week, I'll start keeping a track of how many times I've seen it. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting that one, we've both been seeing it after we started going a bit more in depth about maybe keeping this podcast going, but maybe taking it more serious than.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like when we first did it, I feel like you can see the difference from when we first did it to now.
Yeah, even though this is 4th episode?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a 4th episode. But I feel like we are getting better each episode. We're getting more relaxed. Like it doesn't feel as, not forced, but it's flowing better.
Yeah. And again, I know we say it every time, but if you guys do have any tips, any pointers that we can use to make it better, we've never done anything like this.
It's all new for us.
Exactly. And we're both a little bit awkward when it comes to maybe recording and hearing our voices.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad that you edit them.
Yeah.
Even though I do have an extremely soothing voice.
Yeah, just anything you think might help us get more confident with like reading our notes, for example. Because I know myself, I can get a bit stiff. But I know with editing, I do notice that we do get more confident as it goes. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just rambling on now.
In waffle.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much for listening again, and I hope that we see you next week.
Yes, come back for your next tarot reading.
And we want to say bye.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Alright, thanks guys.